Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another true crime video. Before we jump into this case, if you haven't already, then please click subscribe to this channel. It really does go a long way into helping my channel grow, and of course it'll be super appreciated. So jumping right into it, the individual that we're going to be speaking about today is 29-year-old TikTok star Ali Abulaban, also known by the social media world as Jin Kid. And the tragic event that we're going to be talking about today would come as a big shock to many, including the 940,000 followers Ali had on TikTok. On social media, Ali's life seemed great. He and his wife Anna were often seen dancing together to music in their videos, and they also documented a lot of heartwarming videos with their 5-year-old daughter. Many fans had swooned over their seemingly perfect and drama-free relationship. But on Thursday, October 21st of 2021, the world would come to find out that what they were seeing on social media differed massively from what was actually going on behind closed doors. So on the tragic date of October 21st, 2021, Ali was taken into custody as a suspect for the shooting of his 28-year-old wife Anna and her 29-year-old companion Rayburn Barron. The shooting happened just after 3 p.m. in the East Village district of San Diego, where Anna and Ali had shared an apartment with their 5-year-old daughter. And a short while after the shooting, police officers did locate Ali traveling in a vehicle with his 5-year-old daughter and a loaded gun, and they were driving down the state Route 94. Luckily, Ali was detained without incident and was later arrested and charged with the murders of his wife Anna and her companion Rayburn. So let's backtrack a little bit and talk a little bit more about what events led up to this tragedy. According to official reports, on October 18th of 2021, Ali had moved out of the apartment that he had shared with Anna following a domestic incident in September. During this incident, Ali had allegedly pushed Anna in front of their 5-year-old daughter, and this push would also lead to Anna getting injured. This incident, and I'm sure that there were other things that happened behind closed doors, did lead Anna to filing a restraining order against Ali, as well as seeking a divorce. However, after moving out of the apartment, Ali had secretly made a copy of their apartment key, and he was going into the apartment when Anna wasn't home without her knowledge. He even at one point broke in and trashed their apartment. And during this specific break-in, he actually went and installed a software application on his daughter's iPad, and this application would allow him to listen in on the conversations that were happening in the apartment. So on October 21st, using the application that he had installed onto his daughter's iPad, Ali heard his wife and a male companion talking and giggling in their apartment. And Ali, who was staying in a nearby hotel, immediately got into his vehicle, drove over to the apartment complex, took an elevator up to the 35th floor, ran to the apartment room, and opened fire. Ali would open fire onto Rayburn first at close range, and he would strike Rayburn on his cheek, on his neck, and at the back of his head, and then right after he turned the gun on his wife Anna, where he would leave a gunshot wound right in her forehead. After opening fire in the apartment, Rayburn would quickly leave the complex. And because the sounds of gunshots are typically very loud, several neighbors did hear the commotion, and they did witness Ali running out of the complex. The police were called and help did arrive shortly, but unfortunately by the time help did arrive, both of the victims were pronounced deceased at the scene. Immediately after leaving the apartment complex, Ali did jump back into his car, and the first thing he did was call his mother to confess his crimes. He told his mother that he had just gone to Anna's apartment and that he had just shot Anna and a male companion. After hanging up the phone with his mother, Ali would then drive over to his 5-year-old daughter's school, where he would pick her up, and then they would start driving down the highway. And while driving down this highway, they would be apprehended by the police. So according to both Anna and Ali's families, the pair had been having difficulties in their relationships for quite some time now. Ali's cousin, Louise Marinari, stated that Ali's obsession and inability to control Anna had led to the murders. Ali was a pretty jealous partner and became even more jealous and furious after Anna's social life really began to flourish when they moved to San Diego in February of 2021. Anna was making new friends and meeting new people and going out more, and this was something that Ali just didn't like. A few of Anna's friends also said that Ali was so controlling and so jealous that it made them very uncomfortable, and they would often avoid hanging out with him. He always seemed to want to know where Anna was and what she was doing at every single moment of the day, and always wanted to try to control who she was spending time with and where she could go. This obsessive and controlling behavior from Ali would often lead to disputes and would lead to the domestic violence incident in September, and ultimately it left Anna no choice other than to have Ali move out of the apartment. Even after Ali had moved out of the apartment, he was still in denial about what was going on. He thought this was simply a temporary break and that they would eventually get back together. However, this was not the case. It seemed like Anna was pretty much done with it and she was ready to move on with her life. So on October 21st, on the morning of the shooting, Ali, as I mentioned before earlier in this video, he would return to their apartment to trash the apartment while Anna was out, and on that day he would also install that listening app into his daughter's iPad. So both Anna's and Ali's families were both very confused as to why Anna didn't report the break-in immediately. She obviously came into her house and found her house trashed, but never said anything to anyone. But it's just likely that Anna knew that it was Ali and just probably assumed that he was just acting out and didn't really want to get the police involved because, you know, they share a 5-year-old daughter, and when children are involved, these things can be quite tricky. And after breaking into her apartment and installing that application, Ali would go back to his hotel, and later in that day, that is when the shootings would happen. So during his arraignment, Ali could be seen breaking down in tears while the prosecutor was presenting the details of the case. However, Anna's family and even Ali's cousin Louise stated that they didn't buy the emotions. They strongly believed that Ali was faking his emotions in the arraignment in order to get sympathy, and they even stated that they hoped that Ali would get punished to the full extent of the law. As of now, Ali has been held without bail, and I believe his next hearing is in January of 2022. Ali has also been ordered to stay away from his daughter, and his 5-year-old daughter is now in the care of family members. Ali pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder as well as special circumstance allegations of multiple killings. If convicted, Ali will either face the death penalty in California or life in prison. This is an incredibly devastating tragedy. I feel so bad for their 5-year-old daughter who has lost her mother and has also in a way lost her father. But that brings this case to a close, and if you guys have any other case recommendations for me, please feel free to let me know in the comments. And again, if you like this content, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. That support will be greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week. Bye!